In June of 1999, I walked through the doors of Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club, a very shy and extremely nervous 6-year-old kid. Who would have thought that 12 years later, I, Matthew Stewart, would be standing here recounting this story as the 2011 Missouri State Youth of the Year. For 12 years, Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club has been the place where I've learned almost all the lessons I was ever taught about life. Through the good times and the bad times, it's been my home, my family. But the most important part to me was that it was where I started my journey towards manhood. But that journey wasn't always easy. You see, my father did not live in our home, and opportunities for quality time with him were few and far between. I had a heroic mom who raised me and my sister, and I would not be able to stand here today if it were not for her nurturing care. But there's an old parable which says, it takes a man to teach a man how to be a man. And unfortunately, there are 24 million children in the U.S. without that man in their home. And I'm one of them. I can tell you from experience that a father's absence has a very real and lingering presence in a young boy's life. Like all young boys, I had questions and nagging suspicions about sports, how to tie a tie, how to use a razor, relationships, identity, the sort of thing that only a father could teach a son. And before this speech, I'd honestly never sat down and considered just how much of an impact this void had on my life. With no father figure in my life, and no one to turn to for the myriad of internal struggles that I had, I felt like my voice was taken from me. And this put me on the bullet train to failure. I had no motivation. I was smart, but stopped showing it. I stopped completing and turning in homework. I developed an immense anger, and I stopped participating in class discussions. I felt like I was all alone. And had gangs been more prevalent in my neighborhood, I would have looked there for companionship as well. The distance that existed between my father and I was hard to overcome. It was like there was a brick wall between us, and after years of trying to get over that wall, I gave up. But then I met someone who turned that all around. Melvin Davis, a staff member at the club, noticed my withdrawal, took me under his wing, and developed a father-like relationship with me. He took an interest in my education. He showed compassion when I came to him in despair, and he took a genuine interest in my transition into manhood. His actions taught me the power of encouragement, giving back, and serving others. That at times we must reach our hand into the darkness and put another hand into the light. Through all my educational failure and emotional turmoil, Melvin pulled me into the light, instilling in me a new commitment to my education and serving others. As a result, I became an active member of Boy Scouts of America. I was recently acknowledged as a National High School Scholar. I'm currently a youth superintendent in my church and recently served as the National Protocol Chair and local president of Top Teens of America. However, the most important service to me was returning home to Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club. Because now I can show a child that I care. Because in the words of Dr. Seuss, unless someone like you and I cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Thank you.